Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. Comic-Con, a premier pop culture convention which began in the US, was brought to India by comic enthusiasts Jatin Varma and Karan Kalra in 2011. After gaining momentum in India over the last few years, it caught the eye of Nazara Technologies' own Nodwin Gaming. I check in with the founders of both Comic-Con India and Nodwin Gaming to decode the acquisition and its growth potential. Take a look. In 1970, a small group of enthusiasts in San Diego organized an event known as Comic-Con, which has since evolved into a global phenomenon recognized as the premier pop culture convention. In an effort to bring this international festival to India, Jatin Varma and Karan Kalra hosted a modest convention in February 2011 in New Delhi. Over the past 11 years, this pop culture phenomenon has gained momentum in India, with events now held in cities like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai and Delhi, attracting over 250,000 attendees. What began as a free-for-all event has transformed, with the latest edition in Chennai boasting over 35,000 ticketed attendees.
We started back in 2011 in Delhi at Delhi Heart. It was a free-to-attend event. We had a few thousand visitors and it kind of kicked off the whole scene for us. From there on, we've been growing year on year, expanding to many cities, testing out new cities as well. We're now in 5 cities. We attract over 250,000 people, all ticketed. In addition to it, we have a massive reach online as well.
Comic-Con India, after a COVID-induced hiatus, resumed with vigor and has been steadily growing ever since, driven by the substantial pent-up demand for live events. There's now a willingness among attendees to invest in a unique experience, precisely what Comic-Con offers, with people typically spending an average of 5 hours at their events. For instance, Comic-Con India concluded FY23 with a turnover exceeding 16 crore rupees. Revenue streams primarily include ticketing and online brand placements. The company hosts festivals spanning various segments such as comics, cosplay, movies, TV shows, gaming and beyond.
It's become a very unique experience in India when it comes to the live event scene. And for us, one of the key elements of pop culture over the past few years has been gaming as well. So it seemed like a very synergical partnership when it came to Nodwin, because not only are they obviously focused on gaming, but they also have other live events.
Comic-Con, if I remember the last year, was going and doing a phenomenal job. They've been up and down. COVID's been harsh on most people in the events industry, but post that, I think there's been a big comeback for real, with everyone going and doing phenomenally, and then everyone has that revenge going out to great events coming in.
This distinctive experience offered by Comic-Con India caught the attention of Nodwin Gaming, an e-gaming and events firm owned by Nazara Technologies. Nodwin Gaming has been actively acquiring companies, and Comic-Con India was its first acquisition this year. The firm will acquire all shares of Comic-Con India at a valuation of 55 crore rupees, with the deal structured as a combination of cash and share swap from Comic-Con India's founders.
It's a part cash, part stock swap, where we become shareholders of Nodwin Gaming as well. So it's a great partnership for the next stages of Comic-Con's growth.
The Comic-Con transaction was a sum total of about 55 crores that we went and did with the founders. It was a 100% acquisition in which we paid 27.5 crores in cash and 27.5 crores of Nodwin stock to complete the transaction. The transaction should complete hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
So what's next for the team at Comic-Con India?
The idea was that we've been working with Nodwin Gaming for many years, even before the pandemic. And when this sort of an opportunity came about for both of us to be in partnership, we felt it was a great offer, and we felt it was a great opportunity for us to grow our shows further and further and leverage the reach and resources of Nodwin Gaming.
We look forward to going and welcoming a phenomenal team in Jatin and Karan into the Nodwin family. I often like to go out and say, we've all grown up with Comic-Con. It was one of the most iconic brands that is there, and it's a big privilege that when you grow up, you can bring them into the fold, and then they can continue to go and build what they're building, and we can build more Comic-Cons both domestically and internationally. So that way, nothing is changing. I think that brand is phenomenal. And Nodwin runs something called a house of brands strategy, right? We're not a branded house. For us, the diversification of our IP portfolio, whether it be Playground that we have on Amazon Prime, or PCSA or BGMI that we do with Star or Comic-Con that we do, or the NH7 Weekender are all IP portfolios for us. That allows us to go ahead and expand what we call as the board CAM.
However, beyond IPs, profitability remains a top priority on Nodwin Gaming's agenda.
We like profitability, unfortunately. I know it sounds like a sexy word right now, but for a very long time it was not. I think sustainable growth the way we can go ahead and have partner cities going and talking to us to bring Comic-Con to those cities is something that we look forward to as part of the Comic-Con growth trajectory across both India and internationally.
We see massive growth ever since we've come back on the pandemic. There's a massive pent-up demand in terms of experiencing live events all across India, and people are willing to pay good money and take out time for something very unique.
The annual Comic-Con event in San Diego attracts over 135,000 estimated attendees across 4 days, resulting in a regional economic impact of over $160 million. Additionally, it generates more than $3 million in hotel and sales tax revenues for the city of San Diego. This significant gathering not only draws in thousands of attendees, but also brings a substantial boost to the local economy. The event has now evolved beyond just a gathering for geeks to become a powerful platform for creators, filmmakers and actors to showcase their comic-inspired work. Although the India edition is yet to reach the scale of its global counterpart, the potential for growth is immense. It's this potential that Nodwin Gaming has placed a substantial bet on. In Mumbai, Arundhati Ramanan.
Okay, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of Startup Street from Arundhati, Shruti and me. But stay with us. More news and updates will continue on the other side.